Rob?
Warner, that lesser charge is obstruction of justice. More on that in a moment. First, we hear from a man who allegedly spent 4 years in an Israeli prison and allegedly was tortured into a confession.
We are not terrorists.
Carrying his 8-year-old son on his shoulders, Muhammad Salah reacts to a not guilty verdict of aiding and funding a terrorist organization.
I have to thank my community and the larger community. I have to thank everybody who has helped me.
For nearly 4 months, Salah and co-defendant Abdel Halim Ashkar sat before a jury as the U.S. government presented its case.
The evidence in this case was pretty substantial that the money went overseas to aid the military wing of Hamas, and that money went at least for the ostensible purpose of killing the Israeli military and engaging in other terrorist acts which killed civilians.
But the jury disagreed and found both men only guilty of obstruction of justice, the lesser charges.
Although we are happy that Muhammad Salah has been acquitted by a jury of his peers on the major charge of racketeering, we must still voice concern over the infringement of many of his basic rights throughout his trial.
Salah was convicted of obstruction of justice. He faces a potential sentence of 10 years in prison. Obviously, the judge will decide what the sentence should be. Ashkar was convicted of criminal contempt of court and obstruction of justice. He faces at least the theoretical possibility of a life sentence.
That life sentence likely will not be imposed. As for Salah's sentence, as you heard Mr. Shapiro say, a judge will decide that. He faces 10 years, but likely will not be charged with the maximum in that situation either. Live downtown, Rob Elgis, NBC 5 News.
Thank you, Rob.